Welcome to 3 Stuart steam plants, fitting the Victoria parts onto the template board, part 26. Marking the positions for the burner base. After fitting the water tank into the drilled holes on the template, it is time to remove the steel bracket underneath the engine to make sure that it is stable on the board. And here is the story so far. The water tank is mounted in position in the drilled holes in the base. And the good news is it's in exactly the right place. This job has become a little bit nerve-wracking, mainly due to my impending surgery on the 16th of September. I need to get this job out of the way without rushing it before I go into hospital. The customer was actually going on holiday and wouldn't be back until after my surgery, so I wanted to make sure I didn't die under the anaesthetic and leave everything as part of my estate. So I'm really having to crack on with this job, and by that I don't mean rush it. I mean do it properly and just put a lot more hours into the job in a shorter time. The tolerances are tight. If I drill a hole in the wrong place and then transfer this hole onto the main baseboard, then there is a big problem. I need to make sure that the steam plant fits perfectly on this template board, and once the steam plant components align perfectly with the holes in the board, only then can I transfer the holes on the template board onto the main expensive oak baseboards. Most of the time for marking the holes through the components I used a pencil, but it was getting blunt, so for the condenser I used a Sharpie felt tip pen, which is not ideal because the ink, when it touches the wood, spreads a little bit, and I'm hoping that the holes are in the right place. Because of the limited number of hours to finish this job, I was so focused on the job itself, I never thought about sharpening the pencil on my 1-inch belt sander. Then I thought, I know, I'll sharpen my pencil on the 1-inch belt sander. Then suddenly the pencil became much sharper again. As you can see, I have the baseboard over the edge of the bench. I'm being very careful not to drop the entire assembly on the floor. This is a clip of me blowing away the sawdust. Just in case you're wondering, all of the holes through the template board at the moment are 1/8 of an inch in diameter, because I'll be fastening a lot of the parts down to the baseboard using 4BA bolts, with the exception of the main engine and the pedestal, which I'm currently removing from the metal bracket. I found out that this metal bracket was a bit of a bodge because the depth of the pedestal was slightly too long. And the metal bracket wasn't flush with the mahogany block, and you can see that in this clip. I may have to do something about this. I'll wait and see when I finally mount the engine and pedestal on the oak plinth. Here you can see that these fittings in the mahogany block stick out a bit, and this is no good. I know I'm using the wrong tool for this. I should just use a twist drill, and in the end I did. I'm shortening these fittings so that they are below the level of the mahogany block. As you can see, I drilled them much shorter by using a twist drill. Then I cleaned the area around the holes using a flapper wheel, making sure that there are no burrs in this area which would affect the accuracy of the mounting. The large hole in the mahogany block is only there to accommodate the mounting of the nameplate. This next clip is taken from a previous video. Please note that I'm drilling through the original baseboard and my template using a larger twist drill. It's only slightly larger, but I need a little bit of tolerance. You will note that I didn't drill all the way through because I don't want to drill any holes in my workbench. I drilled the holes about 6mm deep into the piece of 12mm plywood, which is the main template. Once I drilled all of the holes, I turned the template board over and using the flapper wheel again to remove the burrs around every hole that I've drilled. I will be clamping this and the other template boards to the respective bases, and they need to sit perfectly flat so they don't move when I drill through the pilot holes into the oak bases. Here I'm just checking the position of the Stuart 504 boiler on the mounting plate, and everything's looking good. I've already drilled the holes in the template. I'm just sort of having a look at the job and thinking, how much longer is this going to take? This particular day was a very long one, because don't forget there are 3 Stuart steam plants to do, not just this one. Anyway, looking on the bright side, things are coming along quite nicely. And I haven't made any errors that couldn't be corrected, but the clock is counting down to the arrival of the customer. And that is, believe it or not, tomorrow afternoon, which is Thursday the 4th of September. That's it for this one. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my Mainsteam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.